Boom, what's going on, guys? We're back with him. Yeah, it's like a M52. M52? Yeah. Also, we just got Barney running the M50 1995 E34 wagon, purple wagon. Yeah, we can start it up because last time you guys heard it was idling rough and all that stuff. So I don't even know if you guys heard it running, but yeah. So now she idles good. Before we had a really bad leak at the idle air control valve. So now she starts, runs good, no trans program error. Because we did that wiring thing that I didn't talk about in the last video. It's that blue connector right there. And that's pretty much it. We got to put the rest of the interior back together, but the car runs good. Got to bleed the coolant system too. But other than that, she runs good. Got the new diff in, trans in, and all that stuff. So get back inside and work on the E46. So yesterday, Nate picked up a whole header system, and they're catless headers and some coilovers as well. And also a water bottle because the coolant was leaking pretty bad out of this car. And as you can see, there's clear evidence of a coolant leak, but it was just the radiator cap. When we got the car, the radiator fan, or clutch fan or whatever, it was deleted and it has an E-fan. I'm not sure if they're stock or if I don't know, but it's not wired correctly. It was not wired, period, actually. There was just wires kind of cut everywhere. There were these butt connectors everywhere. You can see there, it's like 3 connections going there, but we're here to replace that now. We're gonna put the fan on a switch because this is gonna be Nate's drift car, so putting it on a switch isn't gonna be that problematic. It'll actually probably help everything long term. So yeah, we're gonna put the coilovers on, put the switch on, maybe if I have time, put the headers on. Actually, I don't think I have tubing to make the rest of the exhaust, so no headers yet. We'll do the fan and the coilovers. So yeah. Also, Josh picked up these 2 seats and NVIDIA exhaust. These are Energy Prisma seats for the G35. Pretty sick. Got the sliders on the side too. And then he's got the NVIDIA catback with ISR long tube headers. And he's gonna use the stock. Well, the one he's using now is the Spec D Y pipe. So we're gonna have the Spec D Y pipe and reuse it on the new exhaust setup. But all this stuff is gonna go on Josh's car. Probably in this video or the next one, I don't know yet. Update on the RSX. You guys haven't seen what happened to the clutch system and why we haven't been outside driving this car. The clutch, action clutch sheared on the inside. And apparently this is a pretty common thing on the action clutches for the K series or Hondas in general. But this is what was happening. I thought that this throwout bearing had gone bad, but that wasn't the case. It was this. These teeth were just sliding around on that. But we were able to pick up this competition clutch, which is in a lot better shape. Obviously are gonna grab fine. It's good. And it's got the carbon ceramics and all that stuff, so it's gonna be good. We'll throw that on soon, and then the RSX will be back. So stay tuned for that as well. Here is the switch panel that I made up real quick for the fan for Nate's car. So like I said, again, it's a drift car, so it's just gonna, and that's it. So it didn't have to be clean. We just needed something that worked, and we can add more in the future or just switch out the panel completely if we want to. At least now the fan works and we can drive it around without overheating. I just got the front right side out. Oh, dent, by the way. Car is dented. I didn't give you guys a proper walk around. I'll show you in a minute. I'll give like some B-roll or something. But the PB blaster put in the work, and I got the shock out really easy. Wasn't seized up here at all. Just had to work the tie rod out and the sway bar and link out. Release the sway bar here so that we could get that out. And it popped right out. So we're gonna throw the new one in. Get a brand for you guys in a second here. They are Godspeed monos. And they were on a car before, so I'm just gonna throw them in at this height and hopefully they ride and they're all good. All right, guys. As Erin just said, she's totally squatted, gang. Got the old suspension out in the front, and the front Godspeeds are in. I did have to do a little notching by the strut tower, in order to fit it with max camber so that that would fit. It's cleaner on this side. Did a better job of the cut, but yeah, I'm just gonna have paint over that so that it doesn't rust over, but should be fine. We're running it at max camber in the front there, and then we'll get extended lower control arms when we get that, and then bring the camber out more so that we'll have more of a track width in the front. But it's super sucked in, need a spacer real bad. For now, we're not gonna do the back because that's more involved. Also, we don't have the key for the trunk, so we can't open the trunk. So yeah. Gonna get him out of the shop, and Josh is on his way so we can start working on the G35 and that stuff over there. I'm gonna clean up the shop real quick because it's a freaking mess. We finished, what were we working on last? The BMW for now. We did the front suspension. Yeah, the E46, not the E34. They're all looking crazy out there. My Z is here. E46 and the E34 are all here. But we're finished for now. As you can see, it's raked like crazy. The front is super low and the back is super high. We're gonna do the back when we get the right key so we can open the trunk and get to the top hats for the rear of the suspension. We also have BC coilovers for the E34 on the way already. So we'll be doing that. And then we got some special goodies for the IS300 when that'll be done. So yeah, and then my car is pretty much ready for the track as we're getting Josh's car ready for the track. My seat is in. I don't know if I showed you guys my new red seat, but that's there. And we have 2 purple seats that I showed you guys early in the video and all the rest of the stuff. So yeah, we're gonna get to work, and I'll update you guys as we go along. So, tomorrow for sure. Boom, so we're back at the shop. Got the GoPro, so we're good. Louis with me, but it's a solo mission for now. The guys are gonna meet up with me later, but it's just me and Louis for now. I have a couple things to do on the E46, the rear suspension. I got the key I was talking to you guys about yesterday. So I'm gonna get this E34 out, pull it out under its own power, because you guys know it runs now. Pull the E46 in, and then after that, I'll get to work on Tim's IS300. So yeah, let me tie Louis up and get to work. How did you manage to get out? You were tied up. I also gotta power wash these floors. It's filthy in here, guys. This shop hasn't been used in years. Get away from Josh's seats. He's trying to mess up all the good stuff in here. Oh my gosh. All right, tie you up good. I was saying I wanted to clean the floors because it is nasty in here. And Josh just cleaned out all the dirt from underneath his car from a little mishap we had with an off-roading incident. And yeah, so we have to clean up the inside of the shop quite a bit. But we're gonna get the E46 in anyways. I gotta do the work now because Nate's gonna be on his way later, so we don't really have time to clean the floor. I'll save that for a warmer day so we can power wash the whole thing and get it clean. I'm gonna get the E46 in so we can get to work. Tripod. It's sick. Super extended. So E46 in the shop. Had to use some wood because it's super low now. I don't know if you guys saw a good angle of it, but in the front, whole lot of camber and a whole lot of low. Whole lot of low, whole lot of camber. But we're gonna adjust the camber when we get the lower control arms, which is gonna throw it out even more, like I said before. So we're gonna widen our track width by extending where the coilover is at. It's gonna pull the coilover out. Right now they're fully maxed out. That's what they came at. So I just made the notches and left it there, but when we get the control arms, we'll push it out further, which would move the entire front top of the wheel out more, and the lower control arm will push the bottom of the wheel out more, so it'll be like wider. So that's what that drift car suspension is, like my car. Because I have stock upper control arms with no camber in the top, just all in the bottom lower control arm. Let's get to work on the back of this suspension. So I just got the passenger side wheel off of the car, jacked it up in the air, and first thing I noticed, the shock is completely done for. Like, nothing left. We had a weird clunk coming from the rear of the car when we were driving. And it wasn't even when you're hitting bumps necessarily, just driving in general. I'm thinking that was it. The shock absorbers were just completely gone. So I got to the top hats by taking out this like liner in the trunk on both sides. Probably not gonna put it back. It's an E46 drift car on top of that. These aren't necessarily known for being the cleanest, obviously, as you can see, and this here. But overall, the car is pretty nice. We're gonna try and keep it on the top end of shit boxes. All right, so I just finished with the rear suspension. Car's looking quite a bit better. Only problem I had was that the rear shock absorbers were seized, so I couldn't adjust the height from there, but the spring buckets were still adjustable, so I had to kind of adjust the height from the spring buckets. It's a little bit lower, but I couldn't get it all the way as low as I'd like on this side. This side looks a lot better. I'm gonna pull it out, give it a little drive around the block, make sure everything's good, and then I'll be working on Tim's car after this. Bro. All right, so we got the IS up in the air. Sorry, the GoPro died. It's charged up now, so we should be good. Gonna take the wheels off, all of them, because we have a lot to do on this car. First off, you've seen me address this issue before. The shifter is loose again, so we have to address that. And then Tim wants me to weld his diff so that he can start drifting. And then we have to cut more of the stock body for the front fenders because the wheels are getting chewed up when we get to full lock. So that's gonna be happening when you drift a lot, when you get to full lock. So we're gonna clear that up so that he could turn all the way. And it's having an alternator, like battery draw issue. So we're gonna look at that, check that out, hopefully get it fixed and sorted, and then we can get this thing back on the road. Then that'll be everybody's car pretty much fixed. And then Ben just needs his drift car because E46 is Nate's, this is Tim's. I have my Z, Josh has a G35. Aaron still doesn't have one either. So just his Beamers, one over there and the one outside. But yeah, we're gonna get to work on this car here. The 2JZ IS300, GE obviously, it's pretty stock. If you guys haven't seen it before, go check out my other videos. It is Tim's IS300, pretty clean car. Yeah, it's been his daily for a while. He drove it up to Rhode Island from Jersey multiple times, so it's a reliable motor, but it's time to go full send with it and start drifting it and stuff. So let's get into it. I'm gonna pull the diff out, or maybe, yeah, I'm gonna pull the diff out first. Woo, that was quite a bit of work just now. Got the M96 or M96 diff out of Tim's car, which is a 3:9 diff ratio, open diff. To get it out, I took one of the axles, removed like the cup from the axle on this side, on the passenger side, and then on the driver's side, I left the cup connected because these bolts were a pain to get out. So I was able to remove it from the spline after I dropped the diff down. So I'm just gonna do it in reverse the other way. Put the spline in first and then put the cup on. So we're gonna weld the diff really quick. Got the drive shaft out also on the ground there, but we're gonna weld the diff real quick, drain it, make sure it's all clean. I'll show you guys that process. And then we're gonna throw all this stuff back together, and then Tim's car, the rear end should be done, and then we'll be working towards the front. Okay, so just took all the bolts out of the diff. They're 14s. So pull the cover off. Try not to drop it here. And here's your open diff. So with the open diff, you're gonna be welding these gears inside together. That's the plan, so that they can't turn around. And then when this spins, we spin to the other side and weld all of those inside so that the diff is locked and both wheels spin consistently at the same time. We're just gonna glob a bunch of weld in the teeth, and that should do the trick. I'm not gonna weld these buckets in because I'm gonna need to be able to get them out. So just here in all four corners, heap a weld on the hottest setting, and that'll do what it does. I'm gonna make sure I clean this as well as I can because that's the key to getting it to hold. Super clean, super hot. Shit's still on fire, y'all. What's up, guys? We're at the IS. Josh did something to it. Nah.
No battery.
We're definitely part of a video that's already been started, but first off, I just want to apologize because I'm terrible at recording.
So bad, and I'm bad at reminding him.
So, I don't know where we left off last, but Josh's Spec D exhaust, I definitely recorded a clip of that sound before, so I'll play that, and it's off, and the NVIDIA exhaust is on, as well as the long tubes. We had to get creative to get the old headers out, but they're out now.
Guys, make sure you have blades for your sawzalls and grinders.
Always recommend jacking up the motor to get the new headers in, at least to get them in. I don't know about getting the other ones out because we just cut them to get them out. So there's that. And then
actually, we did jack up this side to get it out.
Oh yeah.
Made it way easier.
Yeah.
So definitely recommend it.
Threw on the spacers, 5mm or 10mm spacers in the front. GK Tech with the extended lugs, and the NVIDIA exhaust, which I'll show you guys now. We had to custom do the Y pipe because it was long from the Spec D, so we cut the Spec D Y pipe.
It would have ended up cutting out the entire X pipe.
Right.
And that was the point of getting the exhaust.
So here's the long tube header, and it comes down from the header up there to here, both sides. And you got the Y pipe. These flanges are like we've replaced one. We're gonna do the other one eventually, but that's fine. Got this. This is where I cut and re-welded the flange because it would have been back at this one. Wow, got that in video. It would have been back on this one originally, so we cut it so that we could run the Gemini X pipe and then cap back the NVIDIA there. So yeah, we're ready to fire it up. We did the extended O2 sensors. We extended the wires ourselves. Wasn't that hard. Just cut the loom and then ran extended wires down to where the new location for the O2 sensor is. Other than, what else did we do? That was it. Put the intakes back on. All new gaskets and everything. So hopefully it doesn't leak. And we'll be good. So let's fire it up and see how she sounds with the new header. Last thing we were doing was welding the diff on the IS, and now that's done. So it runs good. We did some donuts over there.
It's real great.
So it works. She's good. Yeah, send it until it breaks. But let's get that first start. Sounds good. Just threw some quick tacks on the tip there. No more rattle. Let's get her started. She's warmed up so we can rev her a little bit. Let's get her. Oh. We leave the dogs in a free. Ooh. Sounds so much better, bro. It's not loud at all. At all.
Alright, you'll wait with your dog?
Yeah, I'll wait. That's now. Got the Z outside, got the IS outside. Josh is gonna go take his car around the block with the new exhaust. Oh, it sounds good. We're gonna throw in these seats because we just picked up these brackets. They're for a 370Z, but they should be able to fit the Planet brackets for Z chassis. Got the old exhaust here, all this stuff. Louis chilling. But yeah, we're gonna wait for Josh to get back, throw these seats in. I'll show you guys how that looks when we're done. But the drift cars are coming along. That's looking pretty cool. We're done. Nice. We're packing up for the night, we're done. The passenger side 350Z bracket, 370Z bracket did not fit the G35, but we were able to modify the driver bracket and that fit the energy seat perfectly and it works fine. Got all the bolts in and it's sturdy and it's in a decent position to where Josh can drive it now. So yeah.
Exactly.
So we have a track day, 2 track days coming up this month. So
Next
those
month.
videos next month.
April.
April.
In like 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah, so those videos will be out for you guys in like the coming weeks. But we'll be back with you guys when we get the other seat in and other stuff. Or this will be the end of the video and that'll be
Or
it.
end of the video. we might catch us doing brakes.
Yeah,
I don't know
we'll
yet.
see.
I ordered a brand new
Hawk HP.
Hawk HP handbrake
Pads.
brake pads because mine are shot. So hopefully those, actually they were shipped out, so they'll come in before track day.
All right, cool. So yeah, we'll take care of these last things, get out of here, and I'll jump back with you guys when we're doing more car stuff. So peace.